Robinson, and I'm down on the seafront, and guess what? It is June the 24th, this is a Saturday, there's thousands of people here and military, and it's Armed Forces Day. Squadron leader Mike Ling from the RAF Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows. Nice to see you again. So the Red Arrows are on the way.
A very good afternoon, yes, we're looking forward to being here, 3:30, hoping for a bit of blue sky so we can put on a full display, but it's a little bit breezy, but at least there's lots of people turned out to watch the show.
Yeah. And what are the aircraft?
The aircraft the Red Arrows fly are the BAE Systems Hawk T-Mark 1, so a training aircraft that's around 41 years old now.
Never.
It is, yeah. The Red Arrows have been using it for 37 years, since 1980, so very, very successful aircraft, very reliable, high performance, and brilliant at what it was designed to do, which was to train fast jet pilots.
What does it take to become a Red Arrow pilot?
Well, there are a number of things you have to have achieved before you can even apply to join the team. You have to be assessed as above average, you have to be the rank of flight lieutenant, so a junior officer rank, you have to have flown at least 1,500 hours in fast jet aircraft, and you have to have completed a frontline tour. Now that takes around 10 years to achieve, so once you've ticked all those boxes, you can apply to join, and then there's a very lengthy selection process to actually get one of the coveted 2 or 3 places for the pilots in the team.
Yeah, if there was a war, could those pilots be called up to actually fight, or are they reserved as the Red Arrows?
Well, we are Red Arrows pilots for full time for 3 years, and now of course if there was a war that called on every single pilot in the Royal Air Force to go back to a frontline role, then of course we would do that, but actually the time it would take to do that, it probably wouldn't really work in reality. But we still part of the Royal Air Force, we're still capable pilots, and if they need us there, then that's where we'll go.
I would think you'd be super pilots.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, so whereabouts are you based?
Well, the Red Arrows are based at RAF Scampton, which is around 4 miles north of Lincoln, so straight up the A15 out of Lincoln, and we're at Royal Air Force Scampton, which was very famous for, of course, launching the Dam Busters raid back in 1943.
Yeah. So how long will it take them to go from Lincoln, Scampton, to here, Scarborough?
In a straight line, it's only about three or 4 minutes. It's
You're
pretty quick.
joking?
No, it's a very, very quick,
Wow.
quick trip. We can fly at 620 miles an hour, so it's a very quick way of getting around the country. But the way we design it for the start of an air show is that we'll actually build in corners, so that if we are delayed getting airborne for any reason, then we can cut the corners and still arrive on time at 3:30.
Wow.
So I think they're actually getting airborne at around 20 past, so 10 minutes.
So what are the things that they're going to be doing, the actual aerobatic things?
It's a 19-minute display, so you'll see all 9 aircraft together for the first 7 or so minutes, and then we'll split into smaller formations and do a lot of the dynamic head-to-head manoeuvring where jets fly towards each other at 850 miles an hour and all those sort of things.
Yeah.
If the weather clears up and we get a bit of blue sky, then we can put in our full show, and then you'll see the looping manoeuvres. So if it doesn't, we'll see our rolling show, and if it gets any worse than this, then we'll probably see a flat show, but I'm feeling quite confident that it's going to stay at least as good as this, if not improve.
And we'll see the red, white and blue smoke coming out of the tails.
That's right.
Or wherever it comes out of.
It is the jet pipe, so 3 little pipes that sit above the engine exhaust, and then we just press a button on the control column. That then opens a valve that then squirts diesel for white smoke or diesel and dye for the red and blue.
Nice.
That then goes into the aircraft's exhaust, which is around 400 degrees centigrade, and that then makes it vaporise, and that's how we get the red, white and blue colours.
Yeah, it's quite warm.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
Quite warm.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you very much indeed, Mike. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having us back in Scarborough.
The mathematical symbol for infinity around the rest of the formation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the infinity break. You've been watching the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows.
What another great day for Scarborough. 2017 Armed Forces Day. And what did we see? We saw great events like the Red Arrows. We saw the new lifeboat and the helicopter. We saw people marching up and down. What a marvellous event. Just goes to show yet again, when Scarborough does something, we do it exceedingly well. I'm Barry Robinson, out and about on the foreshore in Scarborough for Scarborough TV News.